Welcome back to Whiskey and Smoke. My name is Kevin, and today we're going to be reviewing Penelope 9-Year. This is a private select barrel strength blend of straight bourbon whiskeys. It is actually a 4-grain. You got corn, rye, wheat, and malted barley. Here are all the details on the back. Let's see if we can get that in there. And this is the first release under Penelope being bought out by Ross and Squibb, aka MGP. So it's 109 proof or 54.5. And as you can tell, I really love it. This was one of my whiskeys or bourbon of the year. And I'm a huge fan. So let me get another pour. I mean, I said in other videos, I'm not a big fan of drinking out of Glencairn simply because I really can't get all the nuances and smells. But being that I've already reviewed this, that's where we're going to go. I got, my notes right here. Oh, boy. I mean, look at that. For all you wine drinkers out there, you see how see how oily that is? You see the legs on that glass? See the color? Look at that. That is dark. And it's about $65, $70. I mean, we're talking about a 9-year bourbon. And it's a blend. I mean, in today's market, only other thing I can think of that comes to play that is fairly price-wise is like Knob Creek 9-year, 100 proof, and then Knob Creek 9-year barrel. 120 proof, and then your Knob Creek single barrel store picks. Anything. Then of course you got Eagle Rare 10-year. Rebel 10-year used to be between $59.99 and $70, but now I'm seeing that on the shelves for like $99. I was glad I was able to pick mine up for like $70, but is it worth it? I don't know. That's up to you. But I will tell you this Penelope is good. I mean, I get classic caramel, little burnt sugar, get like a charred, I grew up in the country, so we would chop up wood and then we would kind of set it ablaze, and you have something that a wood you would use as a accelerant, and we would call it fat chip. Those of you who don't know what fat chip is, you can Google it, but it's basically cut down pine trees, and then the roots have become in the ground have become so rich that you light it. And I get that kind of strange, but classic Penelope. I mean, you get a little bit of that ethanol from that 109, but not nothing over the top. Wow. I would like to say Penelope, Ross and Squibb, MGP, you put out a banger. It's oily. The finish goes on medium to long, kind of still feeling in the back. You get that oak. You get that taste of that char. You get that burnt sugar on the nose I got. You get a little bit of classic caramel. And then you get a little bit more of the finish. And the finish, you get a little spice and some rye. Not overpoweringly spicy rye. And I'm thinking because of the rye that's in it, you don't get a whole lot of rye. But you do get the spice. The rye lets you know it's there, like it's knocking on the door, like, hey, I'm here. And it's on the palate. Get another sip. Wow. I mean, it evolves. Not to the point like a George T. Stagg, right? I think if this maybe was a higher proof, it probably would be, but it evolves. You know, you get the sugar, the caramel, the oak, little smoke, and then you get a little more of that rye spice, and then it coats the tongue. Let's see what I do. Now I'm gonna drink it. I'm gonna force it up against the top of my mouth, see if it coats my cheeks. Wow, this is good. This is 3 Ric Flair. Woo, 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 good. For $70, it's on the shelf and it's available. I mean, this is a banger. This is a banger. This is a bourbon drinker's bourbon. You got your enthusiasts, you got your snobs, and then you got your aficionados, and then you got people like me who just love to drink bourbon and share it with good people. I believe good spirits, good times, good people equal great memories. Always been my thing. When I got friends coming over, there's no bottle on my shelf that is too good that I can't open with family and friends. So I'm a firm believer that I do not own a museum. I own a whiskey bar. and I will drink bourbon and I will open the bottle. Because, hey, something can happen and I'll be like, man, I never really get to try that bourbon. Could be too late. But I will open it up and I will drink it. This is definitely a bottle I would share with friends. Is this a buy? Yes, yes, hell yes. Is it a backup buy? Yes, yes, hell yes. If it's something you would share with friends, take over to someone's house who's a bourbon drinker, not a bourbon drinker, the answer is yes. For $65 to $70, I mean, I would tell you, it's yes. This is a Ric Flair. This is a Ric Flair. I mean, it just evolves, and it's a good sipper. Hey, anybody ever wonder why when you're drinking a Glencairn, you gotta always tilt your head back? But when I'm drinking a rocks glass, when I'm drinking it out of a rocks glass, don't have to. But the Glencairn, I want to do like this. Is it just me? Anybody else had that same problem? Anybody else notice that? Leave it in the comments. Tell me what you think about Penelope. And tell me what you think about the channel. Again, like and subscribe. Leave a comment and put in the also in the comments what you think I can do better. Because again, I'm just a guy that sits down and drink bourbon and like to talk about it. Wow, that's good. Wow, that's good. So good night, good day, good morning, depending on where you are, because the internet is everywhere. But again, enjoy bourbon, enjoy your time, and thank you for stopping by.